9-1, shoulders 9-1. You have 3 different rounds that we're gonna work through on the shoulders, and we're gonna hit the shoulders front to back. Your first movement, or your first round, is basically going to warm you up and get you primed. So you have 10 push-ups, okay, 10 push-ups. When we do our push-ups, remember, hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You roll those elbows back and under. We're in a nice tall plank in our starting position. Elbows go straight back, chest to floor. Okay, if you're not quite there, you can go to your knees. Again, make sure those elbows are tight to the rib cage, okay? Third option is you can lay all the way down to the floor, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the shoulder blades, press up at 1, and then lower all the way back down, okay? So those are your push-ups, those are your variations. Then you're gonna do X-abs with that. You guys all know X-abs, but in a great big X, alternating hand to foot. This is full on, bringing the torso up off the floor. If you have lower back issues, you're gonna keep that lower back on the floor and just raise the shoulder off of the floor, okay? X-abs. Then you're gonna do 20 Supermans, okay? 20 Supermans, so on your belly. The goal here is to focus on the lower back and the glutes to squeeze as hard as you can. Lift those arms and legs off the floor as high as you can. Get your chest up, slowly down. Don't plop yourself back down to the floor. Huge squeeze across the glutes and the lower back, and lower yourself back down, okay? That's your Supermans. Then you're gonna go back to push-ups again. We're gonna do sit-ups after your push-ups. So just full-on sit-ups or chest to knees, okay? Coming up, if you're not quite to a full sit-up, you can do a crunch where you lay back, arms are over the head, and you press like you're pressing your hands up to the ceiling. Keep your chin out of your chest and your eyes staring at the ceiling the whole time. Get those shoulders off the floor, big squeeze, slow lower down. And then last you have bird dogs, bird dogs. So you're gonna come onto your hands and your knees, okay? Again, shoulders are rolled back and down, engage your lats right here. Squeeze and tuck the pelvis under. You should have 0 arch. That should be nice and flat right here. And then you're gonna alternate, taking opposite arm and leg out. So only go as far out as you can, keeping that back nice and flat. Show them incorrect and lift that back. See how our back, that is incorrect. You should have 0 swag or sway in that back at any point through your range of motion. So only take your arm and leg out as far as you can, keeping that back nice and tight. Okay, so those are your bird dogs. That is round 1. All right, round 2, we're gonna get into the weights. We're gonna hit the shoulders from front to back. We're gonna start with front delt raises. So shoulders are rolled back and down, chest is out. Before you ever lift the weight, the front delt is the front of the shoulder right here. You are gonna contract, you're gonna squeeze that tight, squeeze it tight, then you're gonna go thumbs up to ceiling, raise the weights up just to shoulder height, slow back down. So squeeze tight, raise, and lower back down, okay? Think about the muscle you're working. We're working the very front of the shoulder. So that is your front delt raise. Your next is your lat delt raise. So on the lat delts, same thing. You're gonna squeeze the outside of the shoulder before you ever lift those weights, but when you come to the top, we're not just raising up. You wanna stretch your arms. You wanna get the biggest wingspan, really push those arms out at the top and really focus the contraction right here, okay? So she's reaching out as she's raising up. All right, rear delt fly. You're gonna need a chair, or if you've got a big exercise ball, whatever you've got, okay? But something that you can sit in. So on these, you're gonna bend all the way over, chest comes to knees. Even though she's in this bent over position, shoulders are rolled back and down, back is nice and flat, core is engaged. You are gonna lead pinkies up to ceiling. Okay, and you're only gonna squeeze till you feel the contraction right here in the back of the shoulder. The shoulder blades should not come and retract all the way together, okay? Right there, see that's her range of motion. Show them coming all the way up, all the way up. That is incorrect. You do not want those shoulder blades to roll back and together. Okay, shoulders back and down, just to right there, get that contraction in the outside of the shoulder and lower down. Also show them, if your chest leaves your knees when you do the raise, if you come up like that, that is incorrect as well, okay? So only hold a weight as heavy as you can, keeping your chest down on your knees the entire time so we isolate the back of that shoulder. If you're having to raise up to compensate to get the weights up, lighten the weights, okay? That's your rear delt fly. All right, last is jump presses in this series, okay? You're gonna start in a narrow stance. Weights are up in military press position. You're gonna jump and press. walk your feet in together, lower nice and slow for a 3 count. That lowering of the weights for that 3 count, you should feel that core fire to stabilize, to bring it down. That's why you want to jump out, walk the feet in, narrow our stance, and then lower those weights. Okay, jump presses. All right, good. All right, round 3, last and final. This should finish off your shoulders. You just have 10 of each of these. You have a 10, you have a pike push-up. So each side counts as 1, okay? So pike, you're gonna push way up. Hold your pike for just a second if you can. No, bring your other arm back out. There you go, told you. No, bring your arm. There you go, in pike. Just hold the pike.
Okay.
Okay, see how she holds the pike and she's pushed back into her shoulders. Put your ears between your biceps. This is what you want in pike. You wanna really stretch out the shoulders. Then you're gonna reach opposite hand for foot. You're gonna flatten it back out into a nice plank. Shoulders are back and down, abs are in nice and tight. And we're gonna go into our push-up, okay, at your level. Push back and plank again. Get some nice pressure in that shoulder. The ears go right next to the biceps. Good, come back and push up. So each pike touch and push-up equals 1 rep. So you'll have 5 on each side total. Last and final is plyo push-ups, plyo jack push-ups, excuse me. You have 1 plank jack, 1 push-up. That's 1. 1 plank jack, 1 push-up. Modified would be walking your plank jack, out, in. Okay, that would be your modified for your plank jack, and then your modified push-ups, as I showed you earlier, on your knees or laying flat to the floor and pushing yourself all the way up. Okay, so you have 10 of those, and then you're done. That is your shoulder workout, 9-1.